When we go back and look at the stories and the history of La Vida, we're looking at the history of somebody's transformation. We're watching them step into a situation where God does a work in their life, and it's a transformative experience. I think that's part of the story of La Vida, is that people want to retell those experiences because they were so transformative, and they get to see that happen in somebody's life. They get to experience it themselves and then have a connection with people who have also had that similar experience. This is like the bike-a-thon. I mean, it's just like crazy when you read things and you're just like, wow, this was in here. He just said, God doesn't make losers. You need to give yourself more credit. God doesn't make losers.
Dear David, discovery was good for you. Remember when you were on the high ropes course and after the adrenaline slowed down on the high beam, you looked out and saw all those fall colors? You encountered the Creator's perfection. When stress overwhelms you, remember that picture.
The ropes course is important because it makes adventure accessible.
Not everybody is able to go on a La Vida expedition. It might be too far out of their comfort zone, or just it's in the summer and they can't do that. But discovery can meet every single person.
There are many easily transferable ideas that you can practice and live out. So you take ideas like trust, or putting your faith in someone or something, or trying something new, and you're able to apply it in a real way that gets you out of your comfort zone. And it's how you frame that experience and then later debrief and process and draw the learning from that experience can really shape a person's life moving forward.
But it is sort of that continuous thing, that daily meeting, or like twice a week for an hour and a half for these students. It was powerful before, but it really, really became powerful throughout this whole experience.
A lot of facilitators and staff and participants have a lot of fond memories at the ropes course. It's where a lot of relationships have been made, a lot of friendships have formed, and a lot of fun has been had. It's one of the sacred places on campus because of that. I think personally, in taking my job, overseeing the challenge course, it was right after Rich's passing, and I definitely felt honoring Rich is honoring that space continually. To take care of that space is to honor his memory and his love and his legacy, and I've thought in ways that I don't think I would have if Rich was still alive, because of the way that I want to care for that space, because I knew it meant so much to him. And sometimes it's as simple as I'll leaf blow it more than I would normally, because I just want it to be a welcoming space.
La Vida has really impacted the lives of people over the last 50 years in ways that we aren't even ever going to realize, from helping build or facilitate ropes courses across the country, across the world, to the impact that the experiences have had on our participants and the skills and abilities that our facilitators have gained and taken to other places and use those to hopefully better the world. It's pretty mind-blowing. And then to think that's all what has happened and not what's going to happen. I think that La Vida continues to have this opportunity to grow and adapt, knowing that we still have the opportunity to continue to impact people in increasingly creative and diverse ways.
I think La Vida will live on no matter what, because it lives on in the hearts and minds of all of the people who have participated. It's the thousands of people who've come through this program, who live out the principles every day, who get to reflect and say, hey, this was because of this experience that I had in La Vida. So I think it will continue far into the future. I think I'm most excited about giving La Vida to the world. I think for a long time, La Vida has been the secret of Gordon and this particular local community. But I think there's opportunity to spread La Vida to a wider community and to say, what about other organizations and other institutions? Could they benefit from this, and how can we inspire them to come and join us on these journeys and not have it be just about Gordon or just this North Shore community, but how do we impact the wider community? I heard once that John Muir didn't approve of the word hike. He would describe his journeys through the woods rather as a saunter. The word saunter, he said, comes from pilgrimages. When pilgrims would go on a spiritual journey to the Holy Lands and pass through the villages and people asked where they were going, they would reply, "Alla Santa Terre," to the Holy Land. Muir told people that the mountains were holy lands and we ought not to hike through them, but saunter. Walk slowly, observe deeply, journey alongside others, abandon fear, embrace curiosity, challenge ourselves to grow. Thinking of it that way makes me realize that what we do in La Vida is an invitation to worship. Ever since that first step into the Adirondack wilderness back in 1970, this ministry has been about worship, about growing deeper in our relationship with Christ and others as we saunter through God's creation. The way the La Vida community has rallied around us has enabled us to weather this storm, but there are still many challenges ahead. That's why we need your help. We're continuing to raise funds to sustain the La Vida ministry through the trials ahead. We're making changes so that all of our programs can operate with appropriate safety protocols and proper social distancing. Your gift will go directly towards these vital programming needs for the coming year. Now more than ever, people need real experiences, the literal feeling of stepping into the unknown. So please make a pledge or a gift today and join us on the trail ahead.